This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in the last class we discussed that how to create the properties and how to create the section and how to place the properties into the section. Okay, and also we have run the section and we have seen how exactly it will display the section. Okay, after that we also discussed like various layout types and again various ways to display the properties. Okay, and also after creating the properties we applied various data types. Okay, and also we applied the user interface controls for that. Okay, so the controls will be based on the control we applied in the property. Okay, so when you place the control in the section also that will be displayed accordingly. So example for the city, if you give the drop down, okay, so even after placing the control into the section also, the drop down will be displayed. Okay, so and in case if initially if it is having text box and it doesn't have any we did not apply any local list values for that. Okay, so when you place the property, it will be placed as a text box. Okay, and after displaying the text box, if you made a changes to the city property with the drop down and by adding some values, then what you have to do? You have to open that section, and in the section for the property, we need to change the property type. Okay, so here after placing the property, if you made a changes to the city into the drop down, then you have to go to view properties of that particular city, and then there you need to change it to the drop down. So in the same way, either initially itself you can make the changes, otherwise after placing the property into section, if you make a changes by going to the cell properties. Okay, so here by selecting the change, you can select what kind of the control you want to display, whether it is a text input or text area or date, time, integer, decimal, currency, like this. Okay, you can select whichever you want, however you want to display the control in UI. So till this part we have learned yesterday, and today what we will do, now we will be displaying how to create a flow and how to refer this section into the flow. Okay, so but even in between creating the flow and again placing this section into the flow, okay, there is a one more thing available. So what is that? Okay, means I will show you like, so for some of the controls we created one section. Okay, initially we created one section. Okay, in the section we have something called layout. Okay, we have something called layout. Okay, in the layout we placed the properties. First name, last name, date of birth, address, city, state, country, and zip code. Like that we have created one layout. In the layout we placed some of the properties. Okay, so like this, can we add one more layout? Okay, in the section, can we add one more layout? Means yes, we can add as many number of layouts you want in one of the section. Okay, in the section you can display as many number of the layouts. Okay, so for example, if you take it office. Okay, in case if you want to have the office address verification, so then what you can do, you can place one more layout. Okay, and again in that layout you can place one more layout, which is like office address. Okay, under the office address again, city, state, country, and zip code. Okay, so like that also you can place one more layout. Okay, so after placing all the layouts in one of the section, then what you need to do is you need to create one flow action. Okay, this section must be available in the flow action. Okay, this section must be available in the flow action. Why? Because if you want to refer any user interface section into the flow, then you must have the flow action. Okay, through the flow action only you can refer this section in the flow. Okay, so what is that flow action? That is also one of the container. Okay, which is like a parent container. Okay, which is like a parent container. So initially when you create a section, we give some label. Okay, we have given one ID. What is that ID? Customer details section. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to create one more flow action. Okay, from the flow action, okay, you can refer this section. So for the flow action also you can give one ID. Customer details flow action, like this. Okay, we need to create one more flow action. Okay, so in this flow action section is there. In the section there are two layouts available. So to make it like this, you need to create a flow action. So how we can create a flow action? As I said, there are various ways, right? So either you can refer from here. Okay, so go to the App Explorer. Under the App Explorer also directly by clicking onto the class. Under the class, you will be having something called process. Under the process, you will be having flow action. Okay, so this flow action will be under the category of process. So if you want to create process and then flow action. So here give the label like customer details flow action. Previously for the section we have given like customer details section. Okay, so and after giving that, the ID will be generated automatically, customer details FA, and the context will be general insurance. Okay, class will be same thing. Okay, and rule set and also the rule set version also same thing.
What is the use of this flow chart?
This is flow action.
Flow action.
Yeah, this flow action only will be the one which will be interacting with the flow. So if you want to refer any section from the flow, right? Okay, you must have the flow action. Okay, and later this flow action can be referred from the flow. When you run the flow, then the user interface which you referred in the flow action in the section, that will be called. Okay, now we will create one flow also and we'll see how exactly it will perform. Okay, so here after creating the customer details flow action, now here in the section you need to select the section which you have created. You see there, customer details section which we have created. Remember, right? So in this customer details section only we placed all these controls. So now this section is referring from the flow action, customer details section. Save it. Okay, after saving, now create a flow. So how can we create? Again, go to the create, okay, process, and under the process only you will be having flow also. So by default it will create some dummy flow. Okay, give any flow like customer details. Okay, either you can give customer details flow or you can just give customer details flow. The name is your wish, you can give accordingly. It is not mandatory that okay it should end with flow, it should end with FA, it should end with section. Okay, so the only thing is like to easily identify, we'll be giving that one. Then the flow is got created. So in the flow, you see here, you have some of the shapes available in the flow. Okay, so what are those shapes? So any flow means, okay, it will be having one start. Okay, this is the start shape. Okay, and also it will be having end. Okay, this is the end shape. Okay, in between, what are the screens you want to display? What are the functionality you want to apply? Okay, from a task from begin to end, it will go, right? A flow means, so like leave request if you take, okay, for the leave request, you enter the date of the employee who is going to be applying for the leave and the dates, the when he is going to taking on the leave. So all these things will be given. Okay, after that what it will do, it will go for the manager approval and then he is going to be approve or reject. So that complete process we will be specifying in the flow. So this is the graphical user interface kind of things. So everything can be easily understandable. Okay, so now what I want to do here, in between start and stop, what I want to do, I want to enter the customer details first thing. Okay, so if you want to enter the customer details, okay, what you need to do, you need to place an assignment, and for the assignment you will be having one connector. Okay, in this connector only you have to select the flow action which you wanted to give. So how you can select the flow action? Okay, these arrows are called connectors here. Okay, when you select and double click on that particular arrow, then it will be displays the properties of the connector. And there you can select the flow action. Previously, after creating the flow, we have something called, you see here, flow action. Under the flow action, the one which you created, if you press the down arrow, the one which you displayed will be displayed, which you created will be displayed. So what we created, customer details flow action. Okay, select that and press submit. Now whenever you select this customer details flow action, that name will be displayed here automatically. And then save it. That flow action will be applied automatically for this particular connector. Okay, it's got saved. Okay, but it will throw an error. Right now, what you will do is go to process tab here. Okay, to run this flow successfully without any issues, what you need to do is here, go to the process tab, and here you can select create a new work object. Okay, so what it will do is it will create a work object. Okay, I will explain you what exactly is the purpose of that. And also here under the work parties, you need to select PY case management default. So these are the two things which are mandatory to create a case. So I will explain both in detail, but right now you just remember, okay, under the work parties, you need to select PY case management default, and then you need to select create a new work object. And after that, here If you go to actions menu, then you can see run button, run option. The user interface section which we created, that will be displayed here. Along with flow action, in the flow action, that section, in the section, the layout which you placed, so that you can see here. Yeah, you got it. So you see here, if you see this, you will be able to see the section. Okay, like customer details flow action, which I created in the customer details flow action. Please enter customer details section is there. Under that section, you have customer first name, customer last name, okay, city, okay, date of birth and state, everything. So will be displayed. Okay, so here like this, the user interface will be created along with the flow and along with the properties which you placed. So you will also see some of the buttons here. There is something called cancel button, save button and submit button, like that also. Okay, you are seeing some of the buttons. So who placed these buttons? Means these buttons are placed by Pega by itself. Okay, so these buttons are part of the flow action. These buttons are part of the flow action. So if you want to move to the next screen, once if you select submit on this form, then it will go to the next screen. Okay, in case if you don't want to save this, you can select cancel. Okay, I want to save it and don't want to move to the next screen, then you can just select the save button. So whatever the information you give, that will be saved. Okay. Okay, and by default it is getting the first one in the drop down. Okay, first one in the country. In case if you want to change, you can change it. First one in the state. Okay, you remember, right? While creating the property, we made a list with the values of the particular state drop down. Okay, or city drop down, or else country drop down. So there, whatever the values you have given, okay, in that whichever the value is the first one, that will be selected by default. In case if you want, you can change that to, okay, in the later thing. Okay, so but here you can give the values. After giving the values, okay, if you want, you can save it. So the values will be saved. The values which you entered will be saved, but it will be still in the same page. Okay, it will be still in the same flow action where you are placed your controls. Okay, but when you select the submit button, it will move to the next screen. But it will move to the next screen. But as we have only one screen, okay, as there is no other screen available, it will just display that thank you for your input. Okay, and the information or else audit. Okay, these and all we will learn in the coming classes, but right now this is the way of creating the flow and referring the flow action. Okay, the flow action after creating the section will be referred from the flow action. And after creating any of the work object, okay, after creating any case, what it will do, it will assign one ID for each and every case. You see here, this is the first case which I have created. This is the first case which I have created through the flow. So that is the reason why you are getting C-1. Okay, in case if you create one more case, how we can create another case? By going to the flow. Okay, so this is the customer details flow which I have created. Okay, after going to the flow, select actions and then run. Okay, so right now this is the fresh screen it is displaying. Okay, give some other values. Now if you click on submit, okay, so what it will do, already it is having the ID has been generated for this and it is giving C-2. Okay, so C-2 will be there. So like that, it is going to assigning one ID for each and every case you create. Okay, for each and every work object you create, okay, it is going to be giving the ID. So this is the way of creating the cases. Okay, and after creating the cases, okay, here you will be seeing this ID, and along with that you will be seeing in which application layer you are there. Okay, I am under the ICICI General Insurance case layer. Okay, I am under the ICICI General Insurance case layer. Okay, in case if you are at the implementation layer, here you will be seeing that implementation layer name. Okay, ICICI Term Insurance, like that it will be displayed. Okay, the implementation class which we have given is that one. And along with that, you will also see who created this one, who updated this one. So like that, everything, the complete case details you will be seeing here. Okay, once after creating the case, who created by, created this who administrator at icicigen.com. Okay, so he is the administrator. That is the reason why it is giving administrator. And who updated this? Okay, the same person has been updated. In case if it is updated by someone else, that will also display here. Okay, that will also display here. Okay, so like this you will be seeing the case details, and along with that, okay, the case which you have created. Okay, so like that here there are n number of shapes. If you want, you can add it here. So by default here only one assignment is there. Okay, but if you want, you can add n number of the assignments. Okay, based on your need it. Okay, so and here some of the options which we can select it over there. Okay, what are that?
Sir,
Yeah.
this one is this we are creating a full application in this. This is one part, or what is this?
Exactly, the application creation started just now. Okay, we started with user interface section, and later that section we placed in the Flash-n, and then this is the flow. Okay. So likewise we will be adding one by one functionality here. Okay, we right now just one screen we have created. Okay, in the coming classes we will be adding more number of the screens, and all those screens will be referred in this flow. So when you run the flow, okay, automatically it will create the case, and it is going to be okay moving from one screen to another screen, whatever you will be referring in this flow over there. Okay, so if you want to move this, you can move like this. And if you want to add any other diagrams also, you can add over there. Okay, so here if you click on this plus icon, you will be seeing a number of the shapes over there. Okay, but if you want to place any of the user interface screens, you have to place the assignments here. So what is the assignment? In general, what do you mean by assignment? Generally in the schools also, okay, there is assignment today, like that we will be telling, right? So what is mean by assignment?
Work to complete.
Exactly, some task giving by the faculty or else by the teacher to the students to perform some tasks. Okay, the task has to be completed. Okay, in the same way here also, okay, if you create an assignment, okay, so when you run the flow, that where whatever the Flash-n you referred at that particular assignment, that Flash-n will be displayed. So on that Flash-n you have to enter some values, you have to modify some values. Okay, you have to enter or you have to modify some values. So that task is assigning to the user has to perform something on that particular assignment. So here the assignment refers to what? Flash-n. So the flow on the Flash-n only we can add or modify the values. Okay, so right now I have added one more assignment. So after adding one more assignment, what you can do, the flow, how it is moving, that sequence you can change it. Right now flow started here, okay, and coming to this assignment, under this assignment, okay, this flash is referring to connector, and later it is going to be ending. But if you want to change this sequence, okay, what you can do, select this connector and connect to the second assignment. Okay, from the second assignment, what you can do, you can complete, or you can add one more assignment also over there, like this. Okay, just for your explanation, just for an example, what I am doing here, okay, I am going to properties of that particular connector. Okay, but right now we have only one flash in, so I am selecting the same flash in second time also, and then submit button. Okay, now save it and run it. Now let's see what will happen. So now C3 has been created, third case. Okay, and if you select submit, what will happen? Generally on click of the submit, it will move to the flow will move further. Okay, here when the flow is moving further, what is there? Again second assignment is there. Okay, for the second assignment flash and also what we have given? We have given customer details only. Okay, customer details FA only we have referred. So what will happen? We will see. Select submit button. Refreshing, refreshed. Again we got the same section. Okay, again we got the same section. But previously, after completing, what will happen? Submit. Thank you for your input. See here. Earlier, after completing the first assignment itself, we got this screen. But this time, we referred the same flow action 2 times. So that is the reason why 2 times it is displaying the same flow action. And on click on submit, then it is displaying that. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is the way we create the flow. Okay, now like that there are n number of the shapes available, but mainly for the flow action, if you wanted to refer, you should have the assignment shape. After the assignment, you can place one connector, and for the connector only you can set that. Okay, here assignment, the label, if you want to change it, you can change over there. Okay, just double click on it, so it will open the properties of it. Otherwise, press the right mouse button and again view properties also, you can select like that. Okay, the assignment name, what it is having, that you can change it over there. For the first one, I have given customer details. Okay. For the second one, I have given just customer details, second section. So are you seeing anything over there? Are you seeing somewhere that value? Here you go. Open assignments, customer details, second screen. Okay. So whereas if you are on the first one, what it will display? You see here, customer details. Okay, so the assignment name will be displayed here, the flow action name will be displayed here. Okay, and then the section values will be displayed here. Okay, so where exactly you are having, if you want to see here, you have something called where am I. Okay, if you select this one, you can see that, okay, right now at which assignment you are running. So this is called a where am I. So this is the current assignment which it is running. So the same flow which will be displayed, but along with that this arrow will be displayed. Okay, so like this we can understand in the flow presently where we are running. Okay, so presently, okay, in this flow when I run, customer details is current assignment where I am working. Okay, but whereas if you take the C4 case, okay, I already moved from first assignment to the second assignment. So here it is displaying customer details second screen, the label which I have given. Or else even if you want to understand, okay, you can select this where am I icon. Okay, you see here. This customer details is completed. You got the tick mark. Right now I am on the assignment of second. Okay, what is that? Customer details flash in second assignment. Okay, like this also you can see. And once if you complete that, okay, it will be ends. The flow will be ends. Okay. So sometimes if it is very small, the screen is small. Okay, if you cannot see that, okay, you can move the screen also like this. Okay, either you can move from here, otherwise you can move here also like this. Here also it is showing the preview of the particular flow. Okay, so this is the current assignment where we are working, it will display. Along with that, it is having something called recent followers, okay, recent content, okay, participants, who is that participant who is working right now. Okay, so all this information will be displayed here. Okay, and even in the information here, the ICICI General Insurance case layer case type does not yet have any fields defined. Okay, we did not enter any values over there. And even in the audit also, it will just display the high level information like, okay, you moved, you completed the assignment one. Okay, like that, the audit information will be displayed here. You see, item created. Okay, assigned to administrator to complete a task. So who created the assignment? And assignment to complete a task completed by performing a customer details flash in. Okay, assigned to administrator to complete the task. So again, the task is assigned to the administrator. When you select submit, okay, now I completed 2 assignments. And if you see the audit, you see. So 2 times that assignment has been assigned to the administrator operator. He completed the task and again assigned the second assignment also to the administrator and then he completed the task. Okay, so how he completed? By giving the details into the customer details flash in 2 times. So likewise, the audit means it will give the complete information who worked on this particular assignment. Okay, what he did. So everything you can see over there. Okay, everything you can see over there. And if you want to close this case, you can select the close option here. Okay, so you would be asking, so in case if I want to reopen that case, in case if I want to see that particular case, how I can see? Means, okay, generally for this class we have created the case, we have created the work object, right? So if you click on that class, okay, it will be displays all the instances of that particular. See there. Totally, I created 5 assignments now. Okay, I created 5 assignments. Okay, 5 cases for this particular class. And in case if you want to see the class definition, you can press the right mouse button and go for the definition. Okay, so that means it will display what kind of the class it is, okay, what is the version it is, and also it will display what kind of the inheritance you are using. Okay, what kind of the inheritance you are using, those things you can see over there. Okay, so now you got the difference, right? Just if you click on this particular class, it will show the instances of that particular class. But if you want to see the definition, press the right mouse button and then select the definition. Then only it will open that particular class. You can see what kind of the inheritance, what class it is. Okay, but if you want to see the cases, just to click on that particular class, then you can see the instances. Okay, for example, right now I have opened 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't have 4 and 5. In case if you want to see that, select that particular case. Now it will open that particular case again. See, C5 has been opened. Okay, so when you click on that, it will show presently where you are at the customer details flow action. Okay, to whom it is assigned, administrator. And in case if you want to see this again, you can select begin. If you want to start that again, you can select begin. Okay, now where we stopped, it will go from there. So right now I am at the first assignment only. Now what it will do? Okay, see, it is giving the validations also. What is that? Customer date of birth, I have given only 3 digits for the year. So it is giving, it's not a valid date value. Now if you give this, then it is the valid date value. 4 digits has to be entered. Not only that, even the zip is what kind of the data type it is. Zip we have given text or integer. We will see. Okay. Now customer details flow action only. We have come to the second one. Second screen we have come here. Like this. Now this second case also, the case 5 also has been completed. So likewise, if you want to open the case which are created for that particular class, you can select that and you can open it over there. Okay, in case if you want to open other things also, you can open here. I'm closing C1, C2, C3. Okay, and after that, even if you want to open, you can open from here. C2. Okay, this C2 is already resolved. So that means the case is already reached to the end of the flow. So you cannot do anything. If the case is not reached to the end shape, then only you can open the case and again you can perform some action. But if the case is already reached to the end, then you cannot do anything. Like this, now all the cases has been resolved. Okay, now for example, right now I have opened this customer details flow. Okay, I saved it, I closed it. Okay, I'm getting closed. Okay, now if you want to make the changes in that particular customer details flow, how you can open it? Okay, for example, this city is there, this city property. Okay, I'm closing. So I want to add some more values under the city property. Okay, so in case if you want to add some more values into the city property, how you can make the changes? Guys, tell me, anybody?
I will go back and look into properties.
Yeah, where exactly we can select? We can go to the data model.
Under that section.
Okay, exactly. Under that property city we will be selecting. Okay, and then here you can add any more values.
Just suppose if we want to add more than 10 or 12 values, right, for city or for anything, for state. So there is no way like where we can copy paste. Suppose if we have a database like a Word file, and we are copy pasting the name of those cities or states. So there is no option like that. I mean, we have to put it manually only.
Okay, so this is the option local list for entering manually. So there are other options also, okay, which we
Okay.
can discuss later. Okay, so something called database is there. So database means from the external database we can retrieve it.
Okay.
Okay, so as it is a beginning, so I'm just going with the simple way. Okay, so like that we can add some more values into the city. But yeah, now I want to make the changes into the flow. How I can open that flow then? So to come to the city, we have come to the data model, property and city. But what about the flow? The flow is under which category? Forgot.
Process.
Exactly. Process. Under the process, we created flow. Okay. But under the data model, property is there. Okay. So then here also, if I want to go to the process, it should be there. But why it is not showing? Why? Because I just created it. After that, I did not refresh this particular app explorer. Okay, you can refresh all, or you can refresh this current class. You see, after creating anything, you have to refresh this one. Then only that particular category will come, and even you see the flow category also has come, the flow action category also has come. Okay, so if you want to make changes on any of these things, you can select this. Okay, and again you can make the changes here. So just we discussed only start, end, and again assignment. But if you want to apply some conditions, you can go for the decision. Okay, if you want to apply some sub-process. Sub-process means what? Process means what? So this is the process flow. Okay, in the same way, if you want to add one more flow, and again if you want to make it as a part of this, you can select sub-process. Okay, sub-process means one more child flow kind of the things. Okay, utility means, okay, if you want to add some code like saving the data into the database, okay, then you can go for the utility. So we'll be discussing all those things. Okay, automations, okay, various advanced shapes available. Okay, like that it is having various shapes you can add. Now what we will do, this flow is there, but by mistake what happened, you know, this I did not connect to the end shape. Okay, this I did not connect to the end shape. Submit. Let's see. Either no actions are specified for this assignment, or you don't have the permission to access any of them. Okay, like that it is. Okay, after coming to the second one. Okay, it is not reaching to the end of the flow. Okay, even though you have the customer details flash in second time. Okay, but as it is not connected to any other shape, so it is displaying like that. Okay, and here you have something called draft on and draft off. Okay, what do you mean by draft on and draft off? Okay, right now it is in the draft off. The field may not be blank. The connector does not connect to valid shape, you see. Earlier, it is quite opposite if you want to see this here. Okay, now the draft is on. That is the reason why if you want to off it, you can select this. Okay, now the draft is on. Okay, otherwise draft is off. If you want to make the draft off, you can say like this. Okay, but when it is on, you see, it was not throwing any error. Okay, why? Because right now draft is on. Okay, draft version is on means what? In general, okay, if you are writing any letter also, or else what? If you are doing some task also, Okay, like a draft version will be saying. Draft version means it is not yet completed. We are performing something on that particular letter or else one particular task. In the same way here also, when the draft is on, it will not throw any error. Okay, whatever it is, it will accept it. Okay, but when you run the flow, okay, it will work accordingly. But whereas if the draft is off, it will throw you error. Why? Because it is not properly ended. This shape is not properly ended. You see, if it is properly closed, then only it will be saving the flow. Otherwise, it will be throwing the errors. Okay, so that is the difference between draft off and draft on. So if the draft is on, okay, even though you make any mistakes, okay, it will not throw any error. So like it is a high level, I'm just working on this, it is not yet completed. Okay, but when you make it draft off, you must, okay, close everything properly. And even this is also one of the interview question. Okay, why? Because when you are making any changes, okay, and when you are moving the application to the higher environments or production environment, okay, the draft must be off. Okay, the draft must be off. Okay, if the draft is on, it will not run the flow in the production environment. Okay, it will not run the flow in the production environment. Why? Because draft means it is not properly completed that particular task. Okay, so it may be having some errors in that. Okay, so that is the reason why you should be very careful when you are moving your application to the higher environments. Always draft should be off. Okay, it's better to keep the draft version of the off. Okay, so after the draft on off, okay, so we have added some of the shapes. Okay, and in case if you don't want any shape, okay, you can select that. We select the shape. And delete it here. Like this. And in case if you want to copy and paste, like in the Microsoft Word, how you will be copying the text. Okay, the same way here also, you can copy and then you can paste it. Okay, like that you can correct this one. Okay, otherwise what you can do, you can delete this one and then you can copy and paste this one also. Okay, delete works even with your keyboard delete also. This one. Like this. So when you copy and paste, what happens, you see, the same thing which you applied, it will be there. But when you drag and drop here, okay, manually, if you drag and drop any connector, what it will do, it will be the fresh one, it will not have anything. See, this flashing is nothing. But this one, I copied by selecting this one. So that is the reason why whatever you applied for this connector, that is coming here. If you don't want to have this one, just select that button from your keyboard also, or otherwise delete from here also. Okay, likewise cut, copy, paste, and the delete you can perform here. Okay, now in the process, we just said that in the process tab, okay, we created one checkbox, right? Create work object checkbox. Instead of selecting this tab, it is highlighting the text. Yeah, now you got it. So in the process tab, we have something called create a new work object, right? So when you select what it happens, it is going to creating a new case for us. Okay, it is going to creating a new case. That means it is going to create one record and it is going to be assigning one ID for that case. Okay, for that case, it is going to be assigning one ID and later it is also saving this data, this information, this case information in the database, like who created, who updated, what is the case ID. Okay, and later whatever the data you entered, so that information also, like, okay, you entered Harsha, right? Okay, some of the custom details you entered, so those details also will be saved into the database. Okay, so that and all will happen only when you select create a new work object option. Okay, if you don't select this create a new work object, okay, it will not create a work object. Okay, it will not create a case ID. Okay, it will not save to the database especially. Okay, it will not save to the database. So if you want to create a work object, then you must have that create a new work object. Okay, and later, okay, so how this data is saved into the database? Okay, in which database it is saved? Okay, so whether we can see that information or not. So all these things, okay, we can see by going to the PostgreSQL. Okay, as I said, when you install the Pega software, okay, automatically it is going to be creating, okay, the PRPC installed on your system. Okay, the PRPC installed on your system, and allowing that it is going to be creating one database into the database DB into the RDBMS. Okay, but here by default the RDBMS, what it will do, it will take the Postgre. It will not take Microsoft SQL Server, or it will not take Oracle or Sybase or any other thing, DB2 it will not take. Okay, by default they are taking one freeware that is called PostgreSQL. So in the PostgreSQL they are going to be creating one database. In the database they will be having one table, and in the table this information will be saved. Okay, so like this, all these values will be saved into the database. Okay, tomorrow we will see how to connect to the database. Okay, and in which table it will be saved the values, and in case if you want to see these records, how we can see all these things we will be discussing tomorrow. So today mainly we learned like how to create the flow and how to create the flow action and how to place the section into the flow action and how to refer the flow action from the flow, and later how to run the flow. After running the flow, what are the values you created, and in the flow how to add the new shapes and how to delete the shapes. Okay, all these things we learned. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, then yeah, we'll be connecting tomorrow at the same time. Okay, guys.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, take care of